so that they can come pursue us. But I'll say this: no matter what Esau does, it's not going to work. Because just because Esau arrests us or puts us to death does not mean that the prophecies of the Lord is going to be quenched. It doesn't mean that you're going to quench the prophecies because we no longer out here preaching the word. Go on, bro.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west.
You get me Psalms on 105.
I'll say that again. This is Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
Yeah, and that's going to happen too, because you're going to have a lot of brothers that are going to have access to that power, that spiritual power. You're going to have a few brothers that are going to go through the tribulation, being in prison and that kind of sort of thing. They're going to go through that, and then you're going to have certain brothers that are going to be delivered out of those prisons. And then you're going to have certain brothers that are going to have to get their heads chopped off for the purpose of the Lord's sake. You see? Because Esau is going to show his wrath and also how much he hates the people of the Lord. And that hatred is going to be declared when Salaki, what I want to say is the hatred that goes all the way back to Jacob and Esau, the hatred that Esau had for Jacob because of the birthright, that hatred is going to be expressed in the hour of martial law. And he's going to come for truthers. Now the main truther, the number one truther out of all truthers, because we bring the only one. There's not many truths, only one truth. But in Esau's eyes, the main truthers we got to get out of there are the Hebrew Israelites. We got to get them out. So before we get them out, let's make them look terrible on the media. And let's say that some guy that came from the sect of the Hebrew Israelites, as Esau says, the black Hebrew Israelites, which we don't even call ourselves black. We don't even go by that terminology, right? So then what Esau will do, Esau will get a Jake, probably pay a Jake off, have him do some craziness, right? And then pretty much get all of the media to focus on him, what he did, and blame it all on us.
Yeah. It's crazy when that news came out, yeah. The main focus was about which group he was linked to more than what actually happened, man.
Right.
Have you ever heard of a Christian kill somebody and then they're focusing on his church more than what the guy actually done?
Right.
Or he's heavily linked to them. I mean, you read what he's done this linked to black Hebrew Israelites. Right. And like you saw it coming. When the next thing now is here, they've now made it a terrorism offense now.
Yep.
And then again linked to the black Hebrew Israelites.
Yep.
And Vocab Malone was quick to jump on that now, man.
Yeah, because he's in on it too. And I believe Vocab alone, he's an agent.
Definitely
he's behind it.
Him and his goonies.
Yeah. James White and all of them cats. They're all agents, man. And they're there to do the bidding of the elite. Rockefellers and Rothschilds, because they want to get us off their streets. And it scares them to shit knowing what we're saying is true, because they see what we're saying is true. But like I said, you're not going to stop this word from getting out, because the word is going to continue on even if they put us in jail. That's going to be the continuation of the word. And then what comes after that? They're going to be our slaves. Go on, bro.
So Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
Right.
And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness.
But let's read that one more time. You gotta slow it down, yeah. It's safe.
But that smoke, man. She just goes in your nose, innit?
This is Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them.
So John said he saw thrones and they that sat upon them. So the they that sat upon the thrones were the souls that were beheaded. Let's read it.
And judgment was given unto them.
And judgment was given unto them. Go on.
And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai.
So what that means is like Yahweh Shai, when Yahweh Shai died on that cross, the minute he died on that cross was the minute he got that glory. So the minute we put our lives as a sacrifice, we're going to get that glory. We're literally going to be sitting on thrones, so to speak. So we have really nothing to worry about, man. We have nothing to worry about. The nation that has something to worry about is Esau. And that's why they're doing what they're doing, because they truly do have something to worry about. You know, because they know the history, they know where they're going in the future, because they hear what we've been saying for the past how many years we've been out here. So they already know. They got the books, they got the records, they got the prophets out in the street telling them what's going to happen. So Esau, he knows the full scope. He knows what's going to happen. That's why he's scared. Go on, bro.
That's the spirit as well, because me and the brother Yerami, we did a live stream about all these different.
Yeah, I was checking it out.
Parts.
Beautiful live show, yeah.
And you have something known as Project Megiddo, and that was written in 1999. So these guys, they think that this truth is a new thing, but
No,
Esau's been writing reports about us for decades. Man.
Yeah, because how is it that we were already on Project Megiddo in 1999?
Yeah.
You know, you know what I'm saying? That happened. That's like what, man? 20 years ago?
Yeah.
A whole 20 years ago, man.
A whole 20 years, yeah.
You know?
So it just goes to show you, Esau's been building his case up. Now he feels like he's got the balls and the authority to then come down against Jake, but it's really the Most High putting that spirit on them to come down, because Esau really don't want to come down against us. And the proof of that, because we've been blacked out of the media for a very long time. They blocked us out from Fox News, CNN, and the likes. Now is the right opportune time for them to put us on air and give us our shine.
As
Which
terrorists.
we don't care about getting no shine. We don't care about that.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll get the shine in the kingdom. You know? But yeah, that's what Esau is doing. But what it's done also, now it's going to open up the minds of the people that don't know who we are. Because you'd be surprised, there's a lot of people that still don't know about the Hebrew Israelites. They don't really know. So once the media opens up the Israelites to the media, so like we want to talk about, once the media promotes the Israelites, then people are going to be aware, what is this group? And then they're going to look into the group and they're going to find out, well, wait a minute, this is a non-violent group. They just teach the word. What's so terroristic about what these guys are doing? Now you're gonna find some people that are gonna disagree, because we curse people out. Like there's countless of videos of us cursing people out. But that's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna go out there and resort to the violence. But Esau don't give a shit about that. All Esau wants to do is get rid of us, because we're like a thorn in his flesh. You know? We're like that berry, he just gotta get out the way. Go on, bro.
And for the so it says, and as Revelation 20:4, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark.
Yeah, because Esau's not gonna waste no time. Esau's just gonna straight go for the kill. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna just go straight to the kill, because they're running out of time, as the scripture says. So if you're going against their incoming New World Order, or One World Order, right, which is an old world order going back to the Tower of Babel, then they're gonna just pretty much take you out. They're gonna seek to kill you, and that's really what they want to do. You see, they want to get, and that's really the plans of the elite anyway. They want to get rid of a large bodies of people as much as possible. So it wouldn't take nothing to get rid of truthers in their eyes. Go on, man.
Which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands.
Yeah, but we don't really care about our life here, because we know what this world is all about. It's all about BS. It's all about a lot of nonsense. You know, things are getting worse every day. People are getting more depressed. There's no life here. People think that there is a life because they're under illusion. But when you step outside of the illusion, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. When you step outside of the illusion. All right? It's equivalent to the Matrix. When you step out of the Matrix, you see the real world for what it actually is. Not for what you want it to be, but what it actually is. Yeah? And things are just going to get worse and worse from there. And when we take a look at our lives, even though we were in the world, we never really lived. Let's be honest. So let's say we beat death in the face, right? But we have to pretty much sacrifice our life for the word of the Lord. We might as well do just that. Because guess what? Yahweh Shai. The life that we want is in the hands of Yahweh Shai. And we got to go through him to get that. So we have nothing to worry about. The life that we want is in his hands. There's no life here. So what do we? So if we're in a predicament where we're going to be facing death, why would we be scared and afraid to lose this life when we never lived? Makes no sense. Go on, bro.
And they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years.
Yeah, because brothers, man, I'm telling y'all, man, we're going to experience life. Lord willing, if we make it, we're going to experience what it means to actually live. We're going to experience what it means to live on an earth that is clean. We're going to experience what it means to be happy. We're going to experience what it means to actually be in a true relationship, man. Where you're going to have all of the wives you want. Not just one wife bugging you out. You know? Like, we're going to experience life. Go on, bro. Blessings. So, yeah, that's it on that. Yeah, so get Psalms on, what is it? Yeah. You know the one I want.
Psalms 105, 14.
Do my prophets no harm, yeah.
And he suffered no man to do them no.
Actually, go over verse 1, verse 3.
Verse 12, when they were but a few men in number. When they were but a few men in number, yeah, very few, and strangers in it. When they went from one nation to another,
Yeah.
from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong.
Right.
Yeah, he reproved kings for their sakes,
Yeah.
saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
Right. So if you notice something, by these select few men, which were the prophets, the elect, which the Lord is going to gather, he's going to gather his elect, right? He reproved kings for their sake, showing you the great power of the select few of men. In other words, the prophets are. So once Esau persecutes us, what do you think's going to happen? Let's read that again.
Saying unto thee, thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your
Go
inheritance.
up the verse. Come on, brother.
Verse,
You gotta read what you
verse 12. Slack.
Yeah, read that again. Yeah.
When they are but a few men in number, yeah, very few,
The precept that says,
and strangers
"He
in
that
it.
touches you, touches
When they
us."
went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong.
Right,
Yeah, he reproved kings for their sakes,
right,
saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
right. Because who are the anointed? The anointed are the priests or the prophets, which all of the 12 tribes of Israel, which we are those people. Okay, we all can become priests now. It was just the tribe of Levi that was given the that was given that ability to just be the priest or to receive the anointing. Now all of the tribes can get a piece of being the anointed. Yeah, so read that again. Now we're gonna get to the point that I want to make.
When they were but few men in number, yeah, very few and strangers in it, when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sakes,
Right,
saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
right, and do my prophets no harm. Go on.
Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He brake the whole staff of bread. He sent a man.
Salakia, read that again, man. My bad. Salakia, go on.
He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sake.
Right, he reproved the kings for their sake. Now let's get back to that. So when Esau pursues us, what do you think is going to happen to this government? What do you think is going to happen to the prime minister and the president? Or even the ones that even have control of these prime ministers and presidents? He's going to destroy them. He's going to bring them down. For the sake of what? The few men, the elect. Showing you that there's power within the elect. Okay? The Lord ain't dealing with the mass majority of the people. The mass of the people are in a dead state. Hence you get the term, the word mass means death. Yeah, so these people are already the walking dead. They're remaining in the congregation of the dead because they don't have the light in them. They don't have the wisdom and understanding, which is the light thereof. They don't have that. So they're in the congregation of the dead. You see? So the Lord ain't dealing with the masses. The Lord is only dealing with those who he's gathered in his bond by the word. Go on, brother.
He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
Yeah, so jump and get me Psalms 106. Verse, you got some, right? Okay, read that.
Zechariah 2 and 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you.
Yeah.
For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
Exactly, man. So the Lord is going to give Esau, you know, the ability to go pursue us, just so that the Lord can move up against them. So he can then reprove Esau, and then Esau, their sins are going to be discovered, according to Lamentations, the 4th chapter. The sins of Esau are now going to be discovered, because the sins of Zion being discovered is now over. All right, it's now over. So the Lord is looking to move against Esau, but the Lord is going to let Esau make that move first. He has to make the first move. Once he makes the first move, then the Lord is going to enter in and do what he got to do. You see? It's like when you get into a fight, right? Don't make the first move. Let the guy come and attack you. Let him attack you, and then you do what you got to do to defend yourself, and you knock his ass to the floor. Because the bully always gets beat up at the end of the day. Now the bully may be more effective in knocking you out, or he may be pushing you about. But guess what? You'll knock him out. Eventually, you'll get tired and you'll knock him out. And it's the same thing with boxing too. The boxer that goes out throwing punches and all of this other stuff, what he don't realize is he's actually tiring himself out. And the boxer that's smart in the head, he knows this. He's taking advantage of the guy throwing all of these punches, knowing that eventually in due time he's going to tire himself out, probably around the 3rd round. And then around the 3rd round, he comes out and he now he starts laying his punches down, hitting him to the torso, okay, hitting him in the chin a couple of times, jabbing him a couple of times, and he's out there now. You see? So let's read this again. So you don't want to make the first move. You gotta let Esau make the first. Oh, there he go. Come on. Shalom, brother.
Oh, shalom, man.
Again, Zechariah 2:8. But thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory.
Looking well. Shalom. You're going, bro.
It's back here in Zechariah 2:8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you.
Yeah.
For he that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of the Lord's, touch the apple of his eye.
Yeah, so if the Lord, if they touch the apple of the Lord's eye, the nation of Israel, the Lord has to move on Esau. He's going to move on them. Okay? And it's funny because they were showing, they were speaking about the New Jersey shooting that occurred. And the cameraman looked up into the sky and there was a chart right there. Yeah, a chart right there looking at the map. Exactly, yeah. So this goes to show you that the angels are orchestrating everything. The angels of the Lord are orchestrating every single thing, man. Okay? There's nothing that's going without the power or the hands of the Lord, man. Like Esau will have you believe and think that everything happens at random, and that's just the way life is. No, nothing happens at random. Nothing is a coincidence. Go on, bro.
This is Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down in the valley into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people.
Yeah, give me Psalms 106.
And for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to plead, or in other words, punish the nations because of what they've done unto Zion, which Zion represents the so-called Negro, so-called Latino, Native American Indian. They're the people of Zion, and everything that the nations have done, the Lord is going to repay them back eventually. You see? So nothing is going without the power of the Lord. Everything's happening according to his power in his hands. So yeah, so read that.
This is Psalms 106:5. That I may see the good of thy chosen, that I may rejoice in the gladness of thy
I'll
nation.
take read verse 4. Start with verse 4. Sure.
Remember me, O Lord Jehovah Shem Yahushai, with the favor that thou bearest unto thy people. O visit me with thy salvation, that I may see the good of thy chosen, that I may rejoice in the gladness of thy nation, that I may glory with thine inheritance. We have sinned with our fathers, we have committed iniquity, we have done wickedly. Our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt, they remembered not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea. Nevertheless, he saved them for his namesake, that he might make his power to be known. He rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up.
Yep.
So he led them through the depths and through the wilderness. And he saved them from the hand of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of their enemy.
Yep. And redeemed them from the hands of their enemies, because the enemy at the time was the Egyptians, which the people of Egypt today, the actual Egyptians today, are the people smack dab in what is it, Sudan today. Those are the ancient Egyptians. Now the people that's in Egypt today, those are what you call Ishmaelites. Okay? And they even know as well that they're not the real Egyptians. They were pushed out of there during the Greeks. The Ptolemies, I believe, took over that portion of the land. And then so later on down the line, those Arabs came in there. Okay? Go on, bro.
So glad I got that.
And the
Yeah,
waters,
you come. You come around here. No, you know.
and the waters covered their enemies. And their waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. Then believed they his words. They sang his praise.
Yeah. So I read that just to convey a point that the Lord always had a way of saving the nation of Israel. Okay? Even through ancient Egypt. Even though Israel was going off, he still saved them anyway, showing you that the Lord is a merciful power. But that mercy is only going to be shown to now, on this side of the spectrum, the elect. Yeah, so the Lord eventually is going to look past what we did wrong, because what we did wrong is it was the Most High sent his son Yahushua down to die for our sins. So the death of the cross paved the way for us to be reconciled, that our sins be blotted out. And I want to read. I want you to read this as well in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse Sirach chapter 3, start from verse 14 and read all the way down to verse 16.
It's Sirach 3 and 14. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten, and instead of sins it shall be, instead of sins it shall be added to build thee up. In the day of thine affliction it shall be remembered, thy sins also shall melt away.
Right, so in the days of our affliction, what does it say with that again?
So Sirach 3 and 15, it says, in the day of thine affliction it shall be remembered.
Right.
Thy sins shall melt away,
Right.
and as the ice in the fair warm weather.
Right, so in the days of our affliction, if we overcome the affliction, then the Lord will forgive us for our sins. So in other words, what's happening now, in this stage of the game, Yahushua was the sacrificial lamb, and guess what? We're now going to be the sacrificial lambs. We're going to be the lambs put on the altar to cover our sins. Like back in the ancient world, our forefathers used to get rams and goats and sheep and all kind of cattle to do away with their sin. Now we're going to be the lambs and goats on the altar now. And this is why we come out here and do what we do, partial. So keep going. I think that's it on that actually. Yeah, that's it on that. Yeah. Actually, no, keep going. Keep reading on. Read all the way down to 19.
So Sirach 3 and 16. He that forsaketh his father is a blasphemer, and he that angereth his mother is cursed with the Most High. My son, go on with thy business in meekness, so shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favour before the Lord. Many are in high places and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
Right, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. You know what scripture they get? Somebody get me the scripture. Yeah, read that.
This is Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
And that's what it's all about. So we're willing to endure anything that Esau comes our way, anything that Esau brings our way. It really makes no difference because we know what comes afterwards, after the affliction, after the trouble that he's going to bring upon us. We know that exactly what we're going to get, that the reward is going to be severely great, and just pretty much the kingdom of heaven, man. We're going to get the kingdom on this earth. All right. So Esau is pretty much doing us a favor. Because it's going to take, because you got to remember, brothers, it's going to take Esau to destroy Esau. Yeah. It tells you that in Genesis 27, that by his own sword, where he burst the bonds of his brother Jacob. So it's going to take Esau to destroy himself so that he can get into the kingdom. Go on, bro. Yeah, yes, read them. Oh, you finished with that?
Yeah, I've got a quick one. This is
You're going.
a direct precept. This is Matthew 5:5. It says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth."
Right. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. So who are the meek? The lowly, which is the nation of Israel. We're the lowest of the low right now. Now, if you're dealing with this area right here, the people that are doing good in this area: Edomites, Moabites, Ammonites, Ishmael, Elam. They're all living good in these areas. Where's Jake at? Jake is in the lower areas, the lower conditions. You go on the other side of the tracks now. Where you're gonna see Jake out there sick and bugged out their mind, on drugs. Seeking a better way of living. That's on the other side. But when you come around this side, all you see is the prosperity of the heathen. So we're the lowly. We're at the bottom right now. But the Lord said that the meek, the lowly shall inherit the earth. You see? So that's what we know we're going to get eventually. We know this. We already know what this life is all about. And we also know about the next life that's going to come around. So it'll make more logical, mathematical sense to not worry about what we're going to lose here because we haven't lost anything. We have nothing to lose. But we have much more to gain in the next come around. So it's best that we go through and say to ourselves that we really have no choice but to overcome. Which we don't. Even if you want to make it seem, make yourself feel better by saying that, but in reality we have no choice but to overcome to the very end. So I want you to read that again.
Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
And we're in that time. People don't love each other, man. People don't say, hey, how you doing on the bus? People are about their own business. This is a me society. Like for example, when you get these relationships nowadays, predominantly, it's going to be about your woman. She's not going to really worry about what you want. It's going to be about what she wants at the end of the day. So it's all about the me, I. There's no general love out here. So that's just the thing on that.
Verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
I meant to say genuine. There's no genuine love out here, man. No one loves each other. The whole idea of finding love don't exist. It doesn't exist. Just being real, man. Go on, bro.
Because first of all, they don't even know what love is, man.
Yeah. If you ask people what is love, they'll give you 1,000,001 answers. They can't tell you what it is. They don't know what it is.
Love is give somebody a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That lovey-dovey. So it's just, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was just in the coffee shop earlier. These two Edomites were arguing over who was in the queue first. They were willing to fight each other just over a position in the damn queue.
You see? So that's just the thing, man. That's just the thing. So, no pictures, sir. We don't want to be recorded over there. No pictures, man.
You don't care?
Yeah, he doesn't really. I think he might be a cop or something. We got undercover cops. He's not recording anything either because all he's recording is his back. So he's not recording anything. You're going.
I was going to get a time as well because when I was in hospital, there was a Jake girl there, and she felt like sick soul like me, but she asked me for money, and then 2 weeks are gone, and now she come back again, and now she's come back for money. How are you? How you doing? You know what I mean? And I just cut it straight. I just said, you know what? I'm broke at the moment. I can't do you anything. That's the kind of love that you have in the society. It's me, man.
Right.
You know, even though she's in the same boat as me.
Right. But it's all about money. It's all about what you can do for me. That's the new mindset nowadays. What can you do for me? So there's no genuine love, or there's no love. Period. It doesn't exist. You know. So that's where we're at in the world. It says the love of many shall what?
Wax cold, man.
Keep going.
Verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Right. But he that endureth to the end, same shall be saved. So you have to endure afflictions. We have to endure this captivity. We have to endure the persecution. Once we endure all of that, because there's stages to this thing. You know, we went from one stage to the next stage. Now we're getting to the point where we're going to reach to the highest stage. And the highest stage is going to our faith have to be tried. Our faith has to be tried. All right. That's the next stage. The next stage is the tribulation. Going, bro. Which the word tribulation means a trial of faith. Go on, bro.
Verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world, for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Right, so this gospel will be preached to all around the world, and then shall the end come. So we're at that point where we're at the end. And this is why Esau is doing what he got to do. This is why at the same time he's getting rid of YouTube. Not getting rid of YouTube, but he's getting the Israelites out off of YouTube. And at the same time demonizes at the same time. You see, because see, YouTube goes right along with the Israelites. How did we become known to the world to a certain degree? By the internet, by YouTube. So let's demonize the Israelites, and in the same setting, let's pave the way for certain people, certain truthers to get off YouTube. And that's the Israelites. They want YouTube. Yes, so read what you got, brother.
This is Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in the...
You just read that.
Oh, so like...
It's alright.
But you can read it again.
The same spirit.
I wasn't paying attention. So.
It's okay.
Yeah, let him finish this and you can say
I'm
something.
going to say Ecclesiastes 3, a time for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get that too.
Time for preaching is almost over. That we are now moving into the next stage of this end time.
What's that? Amos 8 and 11 as well.
Right, you can get that too. Yeah.
The sinners are my people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so read on.
Yes. Oh yeah.
We were just being here then. Because all them
3 verse 1.
we all do that. I can see a plane going over. And you see straight them. I knew when I come to that, I'll get even worse.
Yeah.
I'll get this one. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Yeah.
Verse 3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up.
Right, go on.
And you're supposed to build up your faith, man. And that comes by the trials you go through. And you endure through it. Right? Verse 4. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance.
Right, so we're entering into that time of mourning. That's the time that we're entering into. We're going to enter into that time of great mourning, and not just for us,